Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy from With Love by Amy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we are going to be using some Lindy's Magical powders and making a card with some butterflies. So the set of Lindy's Magicals that I have here is the Prairie Wildflowers Magicals. And the colors that are included in that one are Bachelor Button Blue, Bells of Ireland Green, Mission Bells Brown, Peony Scarlet Red, and Yellow Rose of Texas. So what I'm doing here first is I have a piece of, what is this? It's watercolor paper. Yes, that's what it is. And I am taping it down to my clipboard, and I am spritzing it with water. And I literally have no idea what I'm doing with these things, but they're really pretty and I'm excited. So I'm going to take my dry paintbrush and just kind of like flick them around on the damp surface. I'm going to do this with all the different colors and kind of just see what happens because I do not have any experience playing with these. I have watched a couple of videos of other people playing with these, but I've not done this myself yet. So the consistency of these is very similar to like a powdered eyeshadow, and I imagine that it probably is similar with the pigment and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm just taking my my paintbrush and flicking it all around. If I had a paintbrush with like longer bristles, it probably would work a little better, but this is what I found when I was grabbing out a paintbrush. And we're just kind of flicking it around in all random places, and right now it doesn't look like much, and I think that's kind of the idea, that, you know, it goes from nothing to something pretty cool. But yeah, I do kind of like, since I'm making butterflies with this, I kind of want it to be earthy-ish colors. So that's why I keep going back to the brown color, the Mission Bells Brown, because I want it to look like a realistic butterfly, in my opinion. I guess I'm kind of going for a monarch butterfly look. And then I'm spritzing with more water, and I didn't really like the way that looked. So I'm going to start over, and we're going to try to primarily just do the Yellow Rose of Texas and the Mission Bells Brown, and then I'm not sure what the other color is that I have there. Maybe it's the Peony Scarlet Red. Nope, that's not it. I don't know which other one that is. Oh wait, no, never mind. What am I talking about? There's only two there. So yeah, I'm just going to do those two colors, the Mission Bells Brown and the Yellow Rose of Texas, to try to make it look more monarch butterfly-ish. I did do the same process with this one. I spritzed the watercolor paper down with some water, because I figured out that if you don't spritz it with water first, I didn't film this part, but if you don't spritz it with water first and you just put the powders on the paper and then you spray the water on it, it doesn't get the same effect. So that's kind of what I'm going for, is I want a lot of movement in it. So, and I will say, make sure that you always close up your Lindy's Magical powders before you decide to spray more water, because you don't want to get any water in those powders. So yes, close them up, spray your water, open them up if you need them again. And I am trying to get a little more movement and a little more color in there, so I'm kind of trying to be a little precise, but not make a giant disaster out of things. I don't know what I'm doing. The first one that I did, I wasn't a huge fan of the results, so I kind of just went with the approach of, you know, let it do its thing and walk away while it dries. And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing here. Here's both of the panels when they're dry. And then I have this very old embosslets from Sizzix that I'm going to cut out. And these are brand new dies from Sizzix as well, that I'm doing. And so these have a frame and an embossed like cover thing. And I'm going to do the main part with the colored, the Lindy's Magicals. And there's one of them. That looks really pretty. And then I'm going to do, with more like tan cardstock, I'm going to do the outline part, basically. And what you saw a flash of there was how I store my dies. Yes, the Sizzix dies come in like a nice folder thing, but I always put the magnet in there because I like keeping them where I put them. And if I just throw them back in the little thing, in the little pouch thing they come in, they just kind of wiggle all around and stuff. And I really like to have a magnet that's so that they can stay put where I put them. It's just personal preference. It's not for everybody, but that's how I like to do it. And there's the little frame for both of the butterflies. And then we're going to put a piece of it into this little Thinlits thing that I've had for forever and ever. And it has quite a few tiny little butterflies in it. And we'll see how they turn out. They're looking pretty cool. I like them. They're cute. I wasn't a fan of this panel to begin with, but I think these little butterflies from the embosslet thing, I think they look pretty cool with that. And there's the panel or the covers for those little butterflies. And then I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different. So we are going to use some vellum. I got some lighter weight white vellum, or clear, I guess. I don't know. Is it clear? Is it white? I don't know. But I found the lightest weight scrap I could in my scrap collection. And this tool I've had for a long time. It's used to clean the itty bitty bits out of die cuts. And I don't use it very often because I don't have a ton of detailed die cuts, but these butterfly wings didn't want to release all the stuff. So I die cut them out, and we're going to take out all the little bits because we want to make them look party. And I'm using my pokey tool there to get some of the last little stubborn stuff out. And they're being a little finicky, but they're perfect. I love it. Same thing with this other one. Got to clean all the little bits out of it and stuff. And I also do make sure that when I put my dies away, I also remove all the little bits and pieces out of them, because there's nothing more frustrating than going to get some supplies and realizing that you can't use them yet because you didn't clean them out before you put them away. It's kind of the same thought that I have about like cleaning your stamps before you put them away. It just makes it easier to work on your next project so you don't have to worry if you're going to mess it up. All right, so now we have all of our butterflies all cut out and everything, and we're going to start gluing them together to layer them. And the ones with the dark tan, like overlay, I don't know what to call them, layer, overlay, I don't know. But those, they're going to get glue all over the place because we can. And I tried to just do glue in the center of them, and I didn't like the way it looked. To like let the tan layer pop up, I didn't like that. So we are going to put glue all over the place. And there's one. And then here is the vellum one. We're just putting the vellum in the very center where I have my finger there, because we want the rest of the wings to be able to pop up. It just looked cool with the vellum. And here's another brown one, though that one is getting glue everywhere. Like I said, I didn't like how it looked with being able to pop up the brown part of the wings, so we're going to put the glue everywhere. And there it goes over the background of it with the Lindy's Magicals. All right, so here's another butterfly all ready to go on a card. We're going to just weigh that down so it adheres the glue nicely. And we're going to get the last of the vellum butterflies together. And I'm just using my pokey tool to weigh them down in the center because that is the only place I had the glue, and that's the only place I want them to adhere. All right, so we found a 6x6 paper pack with some kind of vintagey looking papers in it. I know I've had this paper pack for a very long time, so I kind of doubt it's available, but you know, the whole idea of my projects for the month of September are to use items that are in your stash and draw inspiration from the things that I'm doing. So, you know, don't feel inclined to like go out and buy any of the things that I use if they're even still available. Just pick things from your stash that make you think, I could do that. Because that's honestly what I did. I knew I had butterflies. I knew I liked butterflies. And I knew I had things that I wanted to try. So I was like kind of just going through my stuff and figuring out what did I feel like would go good together. And that's when I found this pack of paper. And, you know, even if you didn't have a pack of paper like this, you could put some brown ink around the edges of a regular piece of paper cardstock, or you could stamp images on a regular piece of cardstock like this one has. Is that, I don't even know. I can't see what that is right there. Is it a sewing machine? You know, you could stamp images of something that looks kind of vintagey on there and make it look similar. But I'm just trying to use up stuff that's in my stash that I haven't touched for a long time because this paper pack is very old. And now I'm just trying to fidget around and rearrange all these butterflies to make them look pretty and see how I want them and see how many I want to put on there. And now we're going to stamp some sentiments. Also, these are from my haven't used them in a long time stash. And I am punching them out with a punch that, you know, punches are basically obsolete, but it's been in my stash for a really long time. So I decided to pull it out and use it. And I am going to, in order to give these sentiments a little bit of dimension, I am going to stamp numerous pieces of scrap cardstock in like a tannish color behind them because I want to be able to give the sentiment a little bit of dimension without necessarily using foam tape. And I have tons of scraps of tan cardstock, so here's one of the finished cards. Let me know what you think. And here's the other one. I did make 2 with all those butterflies. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Thank you so much for watching. And here are some other videos that you may enjoy. Don't forget to come back soon and see what else we got going on. And if you make any projects inspired by my Shop Your Stash September 2023, please share it and tag me. I would love to see your projects. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.